Hello everybody, I'm Jessica Fox. We are in Livermore, California, and we're visiting Goodness Village. It's a nonprofit organization to help homeless people get back on their feet, and they are integrating some native habitat here, and we're gonna go check it out.
Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm the Community Engagement Manager with Goodness Village. We are a 28-home tiny home community here in Livermore. We provide permanent 24-hour supportive services for our formerly unhoused neighbors in the Tri-Valley area.
Well, I had a very middle-class life. I got cancer and I didn't have any health insurance. So that I lost everything, my retirement, my house, my vehicles, and I went to living on the street. And I was on the street for about 10 and a half to 11 years. And I heard about this place. And since I've been here, it'll be 2 years next month. And it's been phenomenal. And it's because they vet you, they bring you in. You have your own shower, a bed, a television, stovetop.
And how many residents do you have here?
We currently have 28 houses. We are in the process of bringing in a couple more people. So we were at 26 and we're going to be at 28 and probably in the next couple weeks again.
How many would you like to have if it was your dream?
I would like to have a house for every person that's unsheltered in the Tri-Valley.
All right, so here we are at the Memorial Garden. So tell us, Jackie, how did this all get started here?
So I've been with Goodness Village since the beginning, about 4 years ago, and we are a permanent housing program. And so some of our neighbors, while coming off of homelessness, sometimes it's a little bit too much for their bodies. Our population is also slightly older, and so some neighbors have passed away while living at the village, and I just wanted to make sure that they had a space that they knew they would be honored even after they're no longer living with us.
It's a beautiful garden.
It's really turning into something even more beautiful than it was when it was just an idea. I couldn't even have imagined that it would look like this.
So how did you go from the idea of a garden into like having all these native plants?
So initially, I don't really know much about plants, so I really was just looking for a gardener to help me throw some flowers in here. As you can see, we have gravel and sand everywhere, and it just didn't look very therapeutic or like a space to really honor somebody. And so I asked you, I want some flowers and some color, and you suggested making it a native garden, and it kind of just made sense. And now we have bees and hummingbirds and butterflies and a whole bunch of life, so it just feels really full circle.
Yay, it's so pretty. What is your favorite flower?
My favorite is definitely the roses, especially when they first came into bloom, because just walking along this pathway, everything smelled so good. But I really love the yarrow most of all because it's just real fuzzy and bushy looking, and I'm just excited to see how it ties into everything here.
The continuum of having a healthy, vibrant planet is really important to me, and making sure that we're taking care of that, as well as taking care of humans. We can't have humans if we don't have pollinators, so that working together and kind of seeing that cycle togetherness, I think all things are connected, and having that kind of example throughout the village as well.
Tiffany, I was pretty close to. Her and her boyfriend Scott and I used to take care of the chickens. So she was always stepping up when I wasn't there. She was always in a good mood. Even when she was in a bad mood, she would smile and laugh, which is pretty rare in this day and age. The Memorial Garden is very sad, but it reminds you that we were all on the street at one point. And you come forward, you got a nice place to live, you got friendly people, friendly staff, and then you pass away. And it's that to me is really sad. So we don't want to forget those people. And that's why we have the garden. It just reminds you that in a blink of an eye, it can all end.
It feels sort of like kind of entitled or something to like talk about like a native plant garden when you're truly suffering and you don't have food and shelter and you're cold and sick, and you're just like, you're done. and then to like talk about a garden just feels sort of like really tone deaf sometimes, right?
But it's so important. So important. And to see people walk by that memorial garden when they, in my career, and I've said this to the staff multiple times, I hear oftentimes the fear of, or the maybe it's their reality, right? Of what does it matter if I live or die? Nobody cares anyway. And us having that space for them to walk by every day and know that they are going to be remembered and there is a legacy left behind, that they do make an impact in this life, is important for people to recognize that. And they do. I mean, when we lose people here, it rocks the village. We feel it throughout because we know them more than just that homeless person. We know them as who they are and that human being. And having it be a living garden now, that there's life within it that we're going to see, that's just different. It's going to hit different. And I thank you for that.
Oh, yes. We appreciate the opportunity. It's a gift, honestly, for us.